Go ahead.
Okay, hi. Hello, my name is Judi Huda, and welcome to Conversations with Judi. Today, we're going to be talking about the whole importance of gratitude and giving thanks. As we know, October, November is always a month, the 2 months where we celebrate Thanksgiving here in the States. So we just thought it was fitting to be talking with our guest today about the importance of giving thanks and gratitude. So today, we have our guest, Darline, and she is going to be talking to us about how gratitude played a significant role in her life and some of the life challenges and celebrations she's had the last few years. So, Darline, you want to talk a little bit about your story and how gratitude is a part of your story?
Yes, I would love to. My gratitude is the support that I had from friends and coworkers through my journey through having breast cancer and having a double mastectomy, and the aftermath of that, going through chemotherapy and radiation, and how the women in my life, coworkers and friends that supported me incredibly. And I think part of the reason they supported me in such a wonderful way was the gratitude I had. And let me tell you what this gratitude was. The night before my surgery, a young man that I worked with, who was in his 30s at the time, he sent me, and I read it first thing in the morning before I went to the hospital to have my surgery, about how to change my attitude. And how, when anything bad happened to him, I'll do a small synopsis of it. He would think of something that his grandmother knit him a sweater, and how much he loved his grandmother, and it would make him happy, and that would change his attitude for any problems that he was having on that particular day. And the long story he told me that went with this, just was like a light bulb went on before I went in to have my surgery, and it turned it around. And so I laughed at cancer, and I made a joke about it, and my attitude was very positive throughout the whole thing. The nurses, the doctors, everyone told me that that's probably why I made it through. I did almost die in October of 2016. I had a reaction to the chemotherapy, which landed me in the hospital, and they were checking my vitals every hour on the hour for almost 2 days. And at the time, I had no idea how close I was to dying. And I had several transfusions because my neutrophils, which are your white blood cells, were at 0.01, and they're supposed to be 2 and above. So I was very close to death, which I found out later. But, even when I was in the hospital with the nurses and as sick as I was, I was always joking and basically said, "Fuck cancer."
Good
is
for
what
you.
I said. And so that got me through. So, and even to this day, it has changed my relationships with people that I worked with, that I was on friendly terms with, but now I'm very close to, and I am so grateful for their support throughout everything. And I mean, I had one friend that took a day off work just to run me around, to appointments, and a friend who's in this room today that was constantly there for me, constantly coming out and taking me here, taking me to the hospital, sitting with me through chemo. I mean, she wasn't the only one that did that, and so I'm grateful. And now I'm through the other side. It's been well over a year. Well, it'd be a year and a half since I had my last treatment, which was radiation. And I'm back working part-time at a new job, and life is good.
Wow.
So I'm grateful.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's an amazing example of just changing your thoughts will impact on how you're feeling and how you're acting. So I have a question for you. How do you show your gratitude to other people, or do you teach other people how to be grateful? What do you do with this
Gift?
I think my attitude has changed a lot over the last couple of years.
Okay.
I'm not as critical as I used to be.
Okay.
I'm grateful to this young man that put a whole new slant on things. So I'm very grateful to him.
Sorry, and have you told him? Have you told him how grateful?
Mm-hmm.
And what was his response?
He just kind of, it's funny because my friend here knows him very well too. He is the biggest goof.
Absolutely.
Hard partier.
Yes.
But he has an extremely high IQ. He's working full time in sales. He makes very good money. He's going to university getting a degree.
Yeah.
He's the biggest jokester. Like, I'd go for lunch and I'd come back to my office and my coat rack and all the chairs were on my desk. Or he'd bring all the chairs in from the conference room. He was just a big jokester, right?
Yeah.
But, I saw into his heart and really what kind of a person he was. Just by what he wrote me, and I kept that. I still have that long message I had from him on my computer. So, and I try and be more understanding of people when they're going through tough times. That maybe they don't seem like they're very happy or they're grumpy or but you never really know what's going on in the backstory of people's lives, so I try and be more understanding there.
And do you ask, if you see someone that's grumpy, do you say something to them to get them maybe thinking?
I try to joke them. Well, I don't really have anything off the top of my head, but I work with people that have, difficulties in their lives, and I try and be supportive and be positive and upbeat all the time with them. So other than that, that's all I have at this time.
Well, it's not all you have. I think it's more. You're an inspiration, and I think it really goes to the importance of. It becomes almost like a belief that you just believe this is the right thing for you. It's the right thing for people to have this attitude. And do you find you attract more people who are like you, who are more grateful,
positive?
more positive?
Yeah, I think so. I find maybe it's the look on my face, but I find now I go shopping and that, and I'm more approachable, I think. People come up and comment on whatever, but I'm way more approachable, I've found, since I've gone through this.
Right.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's a big thing. I'm approached by
life
strangers.
Life is more precious now too.
What's that?
You have more priorities, and life is precious.
Yes, that's true.
You know where your priorities are.
That's right.
Yeah.
People are my priority too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good lesson for all of us out of this, is that it isn't the stuff, it isn't the things.
No.
It's about really getting clear on what's really important, and what at the end or through our darkest times, what's going to bring us the most joy and what's going to bring us the light. So I thank you, Darlene, so much for sharing your story, and it's been great. So keep on.
Yes,
keep on
I
going.
will. Thanks for letting me tell you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next time.